think this world tries to paint you out as being like a villain or a bad guy for wanting to or preferring just spending time to yourself. There's this scene in this show, Daredevil, where they were showing the villain's origin story. They showed him sitting alone, just staring at a blank wall. And this is how they depicted his turn to like darkness. This goes to show you that the society we live in really looks down on spending time alone and introspecting and just going deep within yourself. Just by showing that if you're sitting alone and you're just reflecting on your own, this means that you're turning to some dark person or something. And I think that's just wrong. I think the problem isn't being alone. I think the problem is not being able to be alone. And when I was growing up, I always had this fear of being alone. So I would force myself to associate with people who I didn't really get along with or didn't really feel I belonged among them. But I would do this because I just figured it's better to just be a part of something than to just be with myself and be alone. So I would go and spend time with people who, like that quote from Robin Williams, make you feel more alone than you would be if you were alone. And it caused me a lot of pain to be in these situations where I was just around people who made me feel lonely. And just being around people who you don't kind of vibe with, you don't feel comfortable around them, you just don't feel like you have much in common or whatever it is. I spend a lot of time in my life forcing myself in these kind of situations because I didn't want to be seen being alone, because I was afraid of what it would be like to be just seen being alone and being by myself. The more and more I just noticed what people are really like, the more I just started becoming comfortable just spending time by myself and trying to be comfortable being with myself. Because I just found that whenever I tried to force myself to not be alone, because it just made me feel like I was bad or like I was wrong for doing that, whenever I did the opposite and tried to force myself to be around other people, I would just find myself being around people who made me feel like I can't wait to be alone again. So I think if you feel that way too, it's okay. I think it's fine. It's fine to spend some time alone to yourself. Personally, I prefer it, but I can't speak to everybody or speak for everyone. But just here to say that if you do feel that way, where you just feel drawn to being with yourself more and to spend more time alone, I would urge you to definitely pursue that feeling and separate yourself from people who make you feel more alone than when you actually are alone.